Today we are going to discuss about the structures connected in parallel. When structures are connected in parallel, how to find the stresses in each member, how to find deflection in each member. For that, we have to form the relations for force as well as deformation. Now, consider a concrete column. Concrete column. A concrete column consists of metal rods and concrete. Metal rods and concrete. This is a top view. This is a top view of the concrete column. Here, the concrete and the metal rods are joined together. It's a composite beam. It's a compound bar. It is a compound bar. Both are integral joined together. When load is applied, one cannot deform separately. Both can deform together and load is applied. Now you consider there are two metals. There are two metals. One is, see here, metal 1, metal 2. Both are joined together. Both are joined together. Compound bar and load P is applied. Now the member 1 and 2 will not take equal amount of force depending upon their property. Say the member 1 is taking a load of P1. This is taking load of P2. Hence, the relationship for force is P is equal to P1 plus P2. P1 plus P2 when the members are connected in parallel, that is compound bar. And deformation, delta 1 is equal to delta 2. Delta 1 is equal to delta 2. So now we'll discuss this problem. We'll discuss this problem. Here there are two metal bars are given. One is copper, another one is steel. Both are joined together rigidly. Here a 50 kN load is applied and the cross section of the copper as well as steel are given. Width and thickness 25 mm and 12.5 mm. So since this is rectangular cross section, area is B into T. So 25 into 12.5 is equal to 312.5 millimeter square. This is a cross section area. Now the problem is a bar 3 mm long is made of two bars. One of copper has having Young's modulus of 105 giga Newton by meter square, and the other of steel having Young's modulus of 210 giga Newton by meter square. Each bar is 25 mm broad and 12 mm thick. The compound bar is stretched by a load of 50 kilonewton. Find the increase in length of compound bar and the stress produced in the steel and copper. The length of copper as well as steel bar is 3 meter each. 3 meter each. These are all the data given. Now we need to solve this, right? Modulus of copper, it is given 105 giga Newton by meter square. What is Newton by meter square? Pascal. That is gigapascal. 105 gigapascal. If you want to convert 105 gigapascal into Newton by millimeter square, what we have to do? 105 into 10 power 3. 10 power 3 Newton per millimeter square. Newton per millimeter square. And what is the Young's modulus of the steel? It is 210 gigapascal. Gigapascal. Then it is, that is 210 into 10 power 3 Newton per millimeter square. Now you solve this problem. Now you write the total load. Total load P is equal to P1 P1, don't put P1, that you put PC. PC plus PS. What is PC? Load shared by the copper. And what is PS? That is load shared by the steel. The total value is equal to 50 kilonewton. 50 kilonewton. You can put 50, you can convert into Newton also, but in the stress it should be Newton. But while solving the force, even you can keep kilonewton also. So PC plus PS equal to 50 kilonewton. This is one relation. What is another relation? Deflection. Delta C is equal to delta S. Delta C is equal to delta S. How to find delta C? Delta is equal to PC LC divided by AC and EC is equal to PS LS divided by AS and ES. Now substitute the values. What is the value of PC? We don't know. We don't know. PC into LC. What is the value of LC? Length of the copper rod 3 meters. Both are 3 meters. So 3000 millimeter divided by what is the area? Area we know it is breadth is equal to 25, width is equal to 12.5. So totally it is 312.5. 312.5 millimeter square into what is EC? Young's modulus of the copper is equal to 105 into 10 power 3. This is equal to PS 3000 divided by 312.5 multiplied by 210 into 10 power 3. So now what is the relation between PC and PS? Here 300, here 300. You can cancel. The area also common, you can cancel. But only Young's modulus is different. So from this you will get what you will get? PS is equal to 2 times PC. You will get PS is equal to 2 times PC. This is a relation you will get, right? Now you use this relation. This relation you have to substitute where? In the force relation. In the force relation. If you substitute like this, PC plus 2 times PC. You replace PS with 2 PC. That is equal to 50 Newton. 50 Newton. Now, what is the value of PC? You can calculate 50 by 3. 50 by 3. That is how much? 16.7 kilonewton. Because we substituted force in kilonewton. So we will get PC in 16.7 kilonewton. What is PS? PS is equal to 33.3 kilonewton. We know that PS is equal to 2 times PC. PC is 16.7, so 16.7 into 2, that will be 33.3 kilonewton, right? Now we got the value of PC and PS. Now what is the next step to find the stress? Sigma S is equal to PS by AS. PS how much? 33 in 33.3 into 1000 into 1000 divided by area. Already we have the area 312.5. It will give the stress. It will give the stress value. Okay. Now you find the value of sigma C. What is sigma C? Stress in the copper. That is PC divided by AC. That is equal to 16.7 into 1000. You convert it into Newton divided by 312.5. 312.5. It will give the stress value. Finally, you have to find the deflection. Deflection can be Already we know that delta C is equal to delta S. So either you calculate delta C or delta S. Either you calculate delta C or delta S. Delta C or delta S. This is delta C, this is delta S. Either you calculate delta C or delta S. Anyone you can calculate. Both will be same. Now delta C is equal to another PC multiplied by LC divided by AC EC. PC how much? We know it is 16.7 into 1000 into what is LC? 3 meters, 3000 millimeter divided by what is area? 3112.5. What is Young's modulus of the copper? 105 into 10 power 3. What will be the, this value will be 1.52 millimeters. So this is a way you have to solve this problem. See, in this problem, here there is a brass rod, 25 mm diameter. This is a circular cross section. In the previous problem, it was rectangular cross section. Here it is a circular cross section, 25 mm rod. Here another steel rod, 30 mm diameter. Here there is another brass rod. These two are identical. This brass rod are identical. Same length, 600 millimeter, but steel rod is 800 millimeter, but diameter is 30 millimeter. So in the previous problem, both the bars are having same dimension, but here different dimension. Length also different, cross section area also different. In the previous problem, length also same, cross section area also same. In the previous problem, only two rods. Here there are three rods. So there are some difference between that problem and this problem. Here also you have to form the same relations. You have to form the same relation. Depending upon the problem, you have to form the relation. See, three equal space rod in same vertical plane support a rigid bar AB as shown in figure. This is a rigid bar AB. Two outer rods are of brass, each 600 mm long and 25 mm diameter. The central steel rod is 800 mm long and 30 millimeter in diameter. Determine the elongation, force, stresses. Same like previous problem, but you have to form the relation properly. Is a compound bar. In the bar, due to the applied load of 120 kilonewton through the midpoint of the bar. The bar midpoint 120 kilonewton is acting. This condition is very important. The bar remains horizontal after the application of load. The bar remains horizontal after the application of load. That is important. What does it mean by that? This bar, no? After application of load also, this is now also it is horizontal. After application of load also it is horizontal. What is the meaning? The bar brass and steel, this brass all are extended by the same amount. Right? Now we will discuss detailedly like this. So initially also it is horizontal. After application of the load also it is horizontal. What does it mean by that? The elongation of the brass, this brass and steel are constant. So you can form a relation delta brass is equal to delta steel. Okay, delta brass is equal to delta steel. That is an important relation. Earlier also we found the same relation in compound bar. You can straight away you can take the deflections are same. That is if they are connected in parallel. Right, another relation. This relation is slightly different. Here there is a brass rod. Here there is a steel rod. Here there is a brass rod. There are two brass rods. Since the two rods are identical, since the two brass rods are identical, we can say the load shared by this brass is BB. This also BB. This is PS. So what is BB? The load shared by a single brass rod, not both. So this is load shared by the single brass rod is BB. Another single rod is BB. This is BS. Now what is the relation? Relation is equal to true BB. True BB plus PS is equal to total load. What is the total load? 120 kilonewton. 120 kilonewton. Right? By using these two relations, we will be able to solve this problem. Using these two relations, we will be able to solve the problem. Right? What are all the given data? What are solve this problem? Now you form the relation delta B is equal to delta S. Using that relation, you have to form the relation between BB and BS. BB and BS. Delta B. What is delta B? Delta B is equal to delta S. இது எப்படி எழுதலாம்? We can write PB LB divided by AB and EB. That is equal to PS LS divided by AS ES. Now substitute the values. All other things remain same. Only the forming the relation is different for different problems. But the concept is same. Concept remain same. Now load PB we don't know. That's what we need to calculate. BB into LB. LB is equal to how much? Length of the brass rod it is 600 millimeter. It is 600 millimeter divided by AB. Area is equal to another. It is a circular rod. 5 by 4 into D square 25 square multiplied by Young's modulus. Young's modulus of the brass is 1 into 10 power 5. This is equal to what is PS? We don't know. Into LS. LS is equal to 800 millimeter divided by area of steel rod 5 by 4 into 30 square into 200 into 10 power 3 or 2 into 10 power 5. So this is the relation. Using this relation, you can find the relation between BB and BS. BB and BS. Now use this relation in this equation. Already we have 2 times BB plus PS is equal to 120 kilonewton. Now you substitute, you find the relation in the deflection relation and substitute here. You substitute the BB in terms of BS. So you will get the equation in terms of BS. Then you can calculate the value of BB. What is the value of BS and BB? You will get BB. BS is equal to, it is 62.6 kilonewton. You can 6 kilonewton and BB is equal to 29.7. 29.7 kilonewton, right? After that you find the stress. After that you find the stress. What is sigma S is equal to PS by AS. PS by AS. What is BS? 62.6. 62.6 divided by area 5 by 4 D square 20 sigma. It is 30 now. Steel is 30 square. This will give the stress. How much it is? The value will be 88.5 Newton per millimeter square. 88.5 Newton per millimeter square. Now sigma B brass BB divided by AS AB is equal to what is the load? 29.7. 29.7 divided by 5 by 4 25 square. This will give the value. This is 58.5. 58.5 gigapascal or Newton by millimeter square. Then finally you find the deflection. Delta S is equal to delta C. That already we have the equation now. This is a equation for delta S or delta C. See, this is a equation for delta S. This is equation for delta C. You can use any one of the equation to find. If you say here already we have calculated the PS and PA, no? PS and PA, we have PS here, PB here. Substitute in this equation. Either you find delta S or delta B. The value will be 35 into 10 power minus 5. 35 into 10 power minus 5 millimeter. Otherwise, 0.000 35 millimeter. So this is the way you have to solve this problem, right? This is the second problem. Now here this is bolt. This is bolt. The bolt generally in bolt we have thread, no? So this is bolt. This is bolt head. This is bolt head. This is bolt. Total bolt. This is one part. Now this is a washer. This is a washer. This is another washer. The bolt is surrounded by copper tube. This is bolt that is surrounded by copper tube. But they are not tightly fixed. They are loosely fixed, not tightly fixed. You can see side view. If you see in the side view, this is what? Bolt. This is copper tube. This is copper tube. This is nut. This is nut. There are 4 or 5 different parts. This is bolt head. This is a bolt up to this point. Now we have 2 washers and copper tube, and there is a nut. Now, how it is assembled now? Now you take first you take the bolt. After that, you put the washer here. From this side, you put the washer. Now you put the copper tube. Now you put the copper tube. After that, you put this washer. Now you use the bolt to tighten it. By using the nut, it is tightened. Now what is happening? Now what is happening here? This is very, very important. Now I explain, you try to understand, right? Now I am rotating the bolt. If I rotate the bolt in clockwise direction, it will move towards left. If I rotate the bolt towards counterclockwise direction, it will move. It will loosen. It will move towards right. It will loosen. Now I am rotating clockwise direction. I am rotating clockwise direction. The bolt is moving towards left. Towards left. When the nut is moving towards left, how much how much distance the nut is moving? How will you calculate? That can be calculated. In the problem, it is given. The bolt is having a thread. It has a pitch. It has a pitch. It is given. You see, what are the stress induced in the bolt and tube? If the pitch of the nut is 2 millimeter, if the pitch of the bolt is 2 millimeter, right? So on the pitch of the bolt, what is pitch? No, it is the corresponding distance between 2 adjacent threads. If you rotate the bolt, if you rotate the nut by 1 RPM, one rotation. If you rotate the nut by 1 rotation, how much distance it will actually move? It will move equivalent to pitch, 2 millimeters. 2 millimeters. That is the importance of pitch. That's the importance of pitch. If you rotate the nut by 1 rotation, the nut will move axially. How much distance? Equal to pitch. That is 2 millimeter. 2 millimeter. Right? Right. Now, after the fit assembly, the nut is over tightened by quarter of a turn. The nut is over tightened by quarter of a turn. What does it mean by quarter of a turn? 1/4 of the rotation. 1/4 of the rotation. So what will be the axial movement of the nut? It will be 1/4 multiplied by 2. That is 0.5 millimeters. 0.5 millimeters. It is moving axially, right? The nut will move axially when it is rotated. How much it will move? For every rotation, it will move 2 millimeters. But in this problem, the nut is tightened by quarter turn, 1/4 of the rotation. So 1/4 into 2, it is moved by 0.5 millimeter. 0.5 millimeter, right? When it is moved 0.5 millimeter towards, when it is tightened, what will happen? What will happen in the bolt and what will happen in the copper tube? What will happen in the bolt and what will happen in the copper tube? When it is rotated, when it is rotated, the copper tube will be compressed. The copper tube will be compressed. In the same time, the bolt will be elongated. Bolt will be elongated. The delta C is the compression of the copper tube. Delta C is the compression of the copper tube, and the load is PC. The load is compressive load is PC. Similarly, the extension of the bolt is that is steel, made up of steel, that is delta S. Let us take delta S, and the tensile load, the load acting on the steel bolt is PS. PS. Now you have to form the relation between deflection and load. Here there are three deflections. What are all the three deflections? Compression of the copper tube and extension of the steel bolt and axial movement of the nut. Axial movement of the nut. And there is a load in copper tube and load in steel. Using this, you have to form a relation. Now I will compression of the copper tube, delta C, plus extension of the steel bolt is equal to another 0.5. What is 0.5? The axial movement of the bolt. Axial movement of the bolt. The axial movement of the bolt is equal to extension of the steel bolt and compression of the copper tube. Now, as far as load is concerned, PS is equal to PC. PS is equal to PC. The load on the steel bolt is load on the copper tube. Both are equal. Both are equal. These are the two relations. These are the two relations. Using these two relations, you can solve this problem. But this is the another movement of the nut. Delta S is the extension of the steel bolt. Sigma C is a compression of the copper tube. Delta S plus delta S is equal to delta. For that, you write a relation PL by AE, PL by here PS is equal to PC. So directly P is used, delta. So one equation we got. If you solve this equation, you will be able to get the value of P. What is P? Load acting on the copper tube or steel bolt. Using that, you can find the stress. PS is equal to PS by AS. Directly we used P, this area, and similarly this. So this is the way you have to solve the problem.